Yo, what's up? Hope you didn't think I forgot you guys. No, I had to watch the new episode of State of the Culture Season 2. We got a better set. Joe Budden comes out and does this State of the Culture thing. I remember when it started last season, and I said, man, who is that Afrocentric babe they got on the show? Scottie Beam. And man, Scottie Beam was on that show, and I told you guys, I said, man, maybe this show will pick up. But the show had a lot of flaws. I watched some episodes, and I made my opinion on the show. And I gave a very popular opinion, and I said, this is what's wrong with State of the Culture. One, people thought Joe Budden was going to be more of a active person than just a moderator. You know, he's actually sitting back and, trying to just throw the topics out there and just give a little bit point of view. And everybody expected Podcast Joe. So it threw people for a curve. But I said, well, maybe they'll figure it out. And then as I watched some episodes, I said, this is not going to figure itself out. The only person with a pulse was Scottie Beam. But she was just so reactionary to every little bitty thing that popped up. Everything she's very passionate about. She was cutting people off. But she had a pulse. And she looked good. And that is a combination that is just like, you gotta live with it. I know it's a pain, but that's something you gotta deal with for a couple of seasons till you get everything under your belt. Remy is good, but Remy, she's too cool for school sometimes. And so her tone is kind of like Jink's tone, and Jink's tone is kind of like Joe's tone. So you have no really opposite of tone there. And I said 4 was too much. And they took every bit of advice I said about the show and implemented it into the show this season. I said the camera angles are bad. 4 is too many. If you ever have a guest on there, now you got 5 people in the way. I'm like, this should be like Undisputed. Like one of those shows where they're sitting across from each other, or the person is sitting there. You need 3 people, not 4. They did it. They're now sitting in front of each other. They're now closer. I'm like, they're so far back, and then they're sitting on each other's side. You're talking to somebody on the side of you. And I'm like, the angles just look crazy. They should have been at a round table or something, where everybody could actually see each other. You got to turn around. That's going to mess the shot up. It was very easy to fix and very noticeable problem that should have been noticed when they made the set. But they didn't. And instead of getting rid of Jinx and having 2 women on the show with 1 man, we now have 2 men and 1 woman and Remy and Jinx. Scottie and Joe got into it after one day. Joe was in one of his moods of, I don't feel like it today, Scottie. After this blow up on the show where she cut Remy off and went into it over Bill Cosby, that seemed to be one of the last times we were going to see Scottie on the show. I think she was sent home or whatever, and people said she was suspended, and I thought it'd be worked out. Then I guess they probably told her that, look, we're not going to bring her back. So she went ahead and said, you know what? I've decided to leave the show. My spirit and everything else is... So Scottie left and went and did some other things. And that was that. I'm still crying over the fact she gone. But I went to watch the new season today, and it went exactly how I thought. This episode, the first episode, was drier than a doggone Ruffles potato chip. This episode, my goodness, you got 3 of the same tone people doing an episode of State of the Culture. You got rid of the wrong person. Somebody needs to get Jinx an enema so that he can wake up and be a part of the doggone program. I don't know how many episodes it's going to take for that to happen, but he looks like, I don't really want to be here. I want to be asleep. I mean, nothing excites this guy. I'm like, do you understand? Have some reaction to something. My goodness. I mean, if it's his tone, it's his tone. And his tone is not going to fit the show. I tried to tell you, you guys got rid of the wrong person. You got rid of the only person who had a pulse. So yes, that person was going to be talked about on Twitter because she was going to irritate the hell out of all the guys as much as they love to see her. But they going to tune back in to see some Scottie Beam. Now, I don't feel bad if I miss this show. I'm serious. I really don't feel bad. I mean, they had the topics to talk about. It was just, they made it very uninteresting. I'm like, man, how could you make this boring? Man, that was a good topic, and they just bored the hell out of me doing it. Well, we move forward. So, am I the only one out here that's alone that felt like this today? Watching this episode, I want to know. Definitely let your boy Carcino know, because I definitely feel this is an honest opinion. There is no hate involved whatsoever. Oh yeah. It's like 305 in my house. I forgot to turn the AC on when I went to sleep. I feel like I'm in Zimbabwe. I'm here. I'm like, what in the world did I do? Oh man. So don't forget to hit up the Streamlab. Shout out to Daz who hit up the Streamlab today. I appreciate the love and support, bruh. You're the reason I'm going live later on. So, oh yeah, my man's hit up the Cash App too. 215. Mr. 215, thanks for your Cash App donation. I appreciate it, bro. And I got your suggestions. Everybody wants some sports. Okay, y'all feeling like it's sports time. I will be setting up my fantasy football again today. So, last season was crazy because it was all these crazy 40-yard bomb plays. I'm like, wait a minute. Another 40-yard bomb? Something's crazy over here, dude. It ain't adding up. But don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and then make sure that your account can get notifications. Your boy Carcino, I'm out. Love you, Scotty. Beam me up, baby.